something you should know about me. I specialize in a very specific type of security. Subconscious security.
You're talking about dreams?
Inception, which is the thing you take when you don't want to have babies.
Sex education classes in Waco.
This is sad. So there's probably a bunch of little Corys running around that you're gonna get invited onto the Maury Povich show to find out about.
What do you mean probably?
It's all these ticking time bombs. Just gonna go, Daddy.
It's just like a gang of Negroes just waiting to beat my ass. Yeah, motherfucker, we've been waiting.
Well, you better keep him away from Mel Gibson's girlfriend.
A pack of That's the pack of niggas that's waiting to rape his girlfriend.
It is.
Mel Gibson was talking about me, yeah.
Oh, wait, it's supposed to be tribe, right?
Of course, yeah.
Tribe's less insulting than pack.
Like, no. Yeah, where's this going?
No. Inception, the meaning of Inception is to actually plant an idea or to begin something or to initiate something.
Seed of some kind.
He got a new dictionary.
I did. No, I got Wikipedia.
You looked it up
You
right
put it
before we
somewhere
started.
where it should not be, I think.
It's a heist film crossed with Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and The Matrix, except instead of trying to steal something, they're trying to put something someplace.
Aren't we all?
And
right?
they made it as long as all those movies put together.
Oh,
Hey,
no.
I did not mind
Oh,
that.
you guys are going to be the one critic group in the world?
No.
I'm going to be bullied into changing my opinion to match all the other critics.
Well, hey, guess what? It's 2 against 2 tonight, so
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Bitches.
My
Yeah.
side. That
The
means
us against the pack of Negroes.
auto win having co-hosts on this
we ain't
side.
above raping the two of y'all.
I know. We're about to have an Inception death match right here tonight. I can tell already. And thank God, because I thought I was going to have to fight all y'all off alone. Because I talked to Cyrus earlier today, and he almost had that tone like, he said, what you think about the movie? And I told him, he's like, well, I'm really disappointed to hear that.
I was, because honestly, you, if anyone, I expected would really like it, because I did get a lot of that, as I said, Eternal Sunshine feeling in the way that it put its story together, that it was surreal, and yet it was comprehensible at the same time.
Well,
I thought for sure, because I know how much you love that you would, glom onto this in the same way.
Well, you make a good point there, because Christopher Nolan said that not only was he influenced by The Matrix, but he was also influenced by a movie that I really love, which is Dark City.
And Blade Runner.
Oh, wow.
And then he's naming his influences, which were The Matrix, Dark City, and 13th Floor.
Well, he specifically listed Blade Runner in 2001 as well.
I can see that.
Jeez, so everything he's ever liked, really.
Yeah,
I mean, 'cause
exactly.
honestly, that's what I picked up. It did remind me a lot of those films, but it's like he took those concepts, at least for me, and just made them that much more better,
Well,
honestly.
he did something new. He genuinely did something new, and I marvel. At first, with the first half of the film, I'm saying, man, this guy's got some balls setting this up. How is he possibly going to put all this together in a satisfying way? And then he completely went past my expectations in the way that he did it. It was almost more than I could stand watching it, in the sense that I was just sitting there marveling at how he had crafted it.
But you know what? I have to give him credit for being one of the directors, which I've been so bothered by a lot of these directors who give out their influences when you read about the movie that they're making, and when you watch the movie, you see all those blatantly. It's like they're not paying homage; they're ripping them off strictly. And with this, he doesn't do that.
See, you guys are clowns to me, because you're saying all this like.
Well, hey, you dress like a clown.
He put in all these things that he loved. Yet we see so many other movies where they do that, and you guys like, oh, they ripped off this, and they ripped off this, they ripped off
Because
that.
there's a
Suddenly
big
he
difference.
does it,
There's
and
a
like,
huge
he's a
difference.
genius.
No.
He's an
No.
auteur.
Now,
Because
you
when
are
he
taking
does
that-
it, you don't think
Now, hold
about
on,
it until
yo.
like
I gotta
way
say, I
after
know
the
there's gonna be heated right here.
Yeah,
But
you're taking that someplace else. You're
Yeah,
taking
you
his
are.
our words and twisting them because that's what you want
I'm
to hear.
taking your words.
That's
and
not what we're saying
I'm taking
at
your
all.
words and reading them right
Now,
back
you
to
Are
you.
you
know
trying to pull
all
an
too-
Inception right now, Leon?
You're
Is that
saying
what you're
that
trying
saying
to do?
someone is clearly influenced by something is the same thing as ripping someone off, then we can go back through reviews where you've said this was clearly influenced by this.
I got
and
them all
liked
right
it
here. Just let me
anyway.
know
Man,
when.
you were defensive over this
Well,
review.
of course I am, because that was a ridiculous thing to say, Leon.
Wait, no, we sat here last week.
That was an insane
But Leon, look, the
accusation.
thing is, Leon, you're making a
Hey,
statement.
wait a minute. This is what I'm saying. Hey, wait, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Because I gotta say, this is gonna be a bitch to edit if y'all keep talking over each other like this.
I'm saying that is not a fair thing to say at all. You're jumping it to an entirely different semantical zone, and
No,
that's
I'm not.
accurate.
No,
to say
I'm
something
not.
is
And
influenced. To say something is influenced by something is not the same thing to say it's ripping it off. I'm sorry, it's just not.
They're doing the same thing. Last week with Predators, it was all about, oh yeah, it ripped off this from this movie and this from this movie, but you couldn't give it the leeway to say it was influenced by that?
No, I never said that. I said it directly took lines from those movies as a tribute to those films, and I couldn't figure out why those were there.
Actually, he did say that.
No, I'll give him that.
Don't put words in my mouth here, okay? Either way.
Hey, Leon, don't incept in his mouth.
If someone is clearly taking an entire scene, lock, stock, and barrel, or something that's like just not theirs and not doing anything new or creative with it, then that's stealing. That is so not what was going on in Inception. I'm sorry.
I have to agree, because you know what? I honestly didn't think about any of it until after the film.
Really? That's all I could think about the entire time.
Even other people after the film was like, you know what? This movie, some of these scenes reminded me of a scene in Blade Runner, and I was like, wow, fooled me. But yeah, in a way, you're right. He kind of redid the idea to where you would just never think about that.
This movie deals with Leonardo DiCaprio's character named Cobb, and it's a world where the technology enables you to go into people's dreams. Now, you can go into people's dreams to either steal something, or you can influence how a person lives out the rest of their life by going in and planting an idea. In fact, he says the biggest unstoppable parasite in the world is an idea. That is the method of Inception. So in this movie, Ken Watanabe, who plays Sato Salto, whatever, he's the corporate head of an energy company. And he says, I want you to go to this other competing guy and go into his dream and plant an idea who will stop him from getting the edge over us.
Yeah, from basically once his father has died, from taking his father's company and forming an unstoppable energy monopoly, which would basically put an end to Ken Watanabe's company.
Yeah. And who was that? Cillian Murphy? Is that?
It's Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, Cillian Murphy plays the guy that they're actually trying to go into his head and stop from competing with this other guy. Leonardo DiCaprio has to go out and assemble a team. I mean, I guess in this world is not too many people know about it, but it's not an uncommon occurrence to assemble a team of people to help you do this. And in this film, he has Ellen Page, and he also has, what's that boy's name?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who's this movie really continues to make him one of my favorite actors.
He really shines like crazy in this movie.
One of the best people working today in his age group.
Yeah, and old crazy ass looking Lucas Haas.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
It's like poor Lucas.
And seeing his ass.
Hey, he's in a fucking great movie.
Yeah, that's true. But a small role, but you know.
Look, all I know is y'all clearly have not seen Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors in a while.
What? I live Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors. What are you talking about?
I know.
The whole time I was watching this movie, I was like, okay, this is going to be fucking badass. This is going to be better than sex if fucking Freddy pops up at the very end to like destroy everything.
Freddy going to pop up with his lawyer in Christopher Nolan's bedroom.
I know.
Hey, motherfucker, you ripped me off. By the way, I love Dark Knight. but no, you know, now here's my deal with the movie.
Well, to be fair, DreamQuest did it first. But
DreamQuest or Dreamscape?
I was about to say Dreamscape.
Yeah,
I was about to mention that too.
Yeah, there's been a lot of movies that have
they probably did. I'm sure there's a French film somewhere rotting on an indie French director's aisle in some crappy video store somewhere in Austin that's by some guy in the 50s. Like, I did that first. Thank you very much.
Your dreams are mine. I mean, here's the deal with this film. Christopher Nolan, I give him credit because I do have problems with this movie, and I'm probably leaning more towards Leon. Our problem somewhere between you guys that loved it and him, because if somebody's going to not exactly reach what I consider the goal of what they were trying to do, I'd rather them do it ambitiously like this and do it in a way that's genuinely creative instead of somebody that just doesn't care and they're out there doing it for money. And that's what I thought Christopher Nolan was doing in this movie. I thought that this is a script that he worked on for, I think, either about 9 to 10 years. It took 6 months for him to finish writing the script. This is obviously an idea that he cared about, and it showed in his direction. My problem with the film is that it goes into the subconscious, and it questions what reality is. And there's so many layers to what he's doing that by the second half of this film, it gets so crazy. I mean, it is a labyrinth of a narrative.
I agree.
That I don't. I hear a lot of people who really want to love this film say, you'll have to go back a second or third time to really get what they're saying. I'm thinking like, nah, it got a little muddled, and I don't think that it really achieved what it was trying to do story-wise.
See, I don't agree with you at all. I think that it achieved exactly what it was trying to do in that. I mean, wow, let's not have people go back and see our film a second or third time. Why would you want that?
Well, no, and there's some movies that I think that do it for. Well, hold on. There's some movies I think where it's so entertaining that. Yeah, I do want to go back and see the second time. I don't want to go back and do work trying to figure out this movie.
I didn't think of it as work. I thought it was pure pleasure.
I think it's one of those films that, if you're not really paying attention, if you're not one to really focus on what's going on with the story, because with this story, you do have to focus. I mean, I honestly read something you wrote me, where it's like, you got to really pay attention to what's going on. And I did that, and the thing is, I had a fun time paying attention to what was going on, especially with each, I guess, every time they were in the dreamscape or the dream world.
So you admit they ripped them off?
No, well, of course. Well, I mean, yeah, of course they ripped them all off. No,
I'm kidding. I'm joking. I don't think he ripped off anybody.
No, how they were going into the subconscious and the subconscious. I was really fascinated throughout the whole way through. And yeah, there's a lot of exposition as far as them explaining in the beginning how this world is set up and how it works.
They have to.
And the thing is, I heard somebody complain about that, but I'm like, you know what? I'm glad they did that, because there was never a moment where it made me stop and think, okay, now why is this happening? How can this happen?
You create the